In a moment, we're going to have the distinct pleasure of hearing from the ISC team that put together this wonderful conference for us. So we're first going to make a few brief moments, but after we do, please stay in your seats so that we may also hear from the students that are going to be talking about the conference.
Okay, so we know it's been a long 2 days. We've got, there's flights leaving Zurich soon. So we're going through lessons, takeaways, appreciation, then festivities. Bear with us. Priscila, there's 3 key life lessons I've learned from the 46th Symposium, and that is, 1, it's fashionable to put your president on trial. 2, if you want to hear real news, don't look at BBC or CNN. And 3, more fun, less stuff. That's my new mantra.
Oh, and adaptability and creativity mean power over robots. So there we go.
There you go. Now, just to try and lighten the mood, but now let's get back to an attempt at wrapping this up. We know that from avid discussions outside that there's a lot of opinions and a lot of perspectives. So this is Priscila and I's 3 takeaways that we've kind of sort of seen from the talks and discussions evolve. Number 1, no one size fits all. We can't talk about growth in a way that gets closer to sustainable solutions without qualifiers. The specificities absolutely matter. So when we look at a 6% annual GDP rate, is this good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? It could be all of those, right? So, but it doesn't really give us an indication of what this means for the human reality of this growth, nor does it really give an indication of what success is, nor is it really part of a solution either. So, number 2, this issue we see is quite systematic. It's interlinked. There are many causes, of course, many factors and many drivers. Everyone here is part of it. Everyone will be affected by it. And there is no one simple solution. I'm sorry to the student who stood up before. It's hard. There's no one solution and no one person who can fix it. And perhaps that's why it's harder for each of us to take this really seriously as a responsibility, to try and shift to what the gentleman before said, to shift the dominant logic to something more adaptable, and to support more an idea of how we can, support an ability to thrive.
And then number 3, short-term thinking got us into this mess, and we're going to keep digging unless we reverse it, right? I think lots of the speakers and panelists touched on this point, and we can see that the way we've been building incentives in our financial, political, economical systems means that it's very difficult for us to really rally the energy and the forces to start making decisions that can be very costly in the short term, but that will mean the sustainable and responsible growth for humanity to come. Last night, Mr. Tiem shared a bit of wisdom that I thought was really interesting. And he said that reasons lead to conclusions, but emotions lead to actions. So we spent the past 2 days learning lots of different reasons, and I know we all have lots of conclusions, but I want to talk a little bit about emotions now. And some of us, and I think one of the last questions that we had to this panel exemplified a little bit of frustration, right? And I've felt overwhelmed many times during these past 2 days because you can feel a little hopeless. This problem is so big, and there's so many facets, and it's very complex, and it's going to take a long time to fix it. So what do? Well, I say we look to so many of the inspiring stories that we've heard throughout the symposium, and we look to all of the people that we've grown to admire over these past 2 days that are taking courageous stances or that are really talented here with us, because together, if each one of us picks the one little part of this problem that we feel really passionate about, and we decide to take responsibility for moving that little piece forward, I know that together we can crack this complex problem. So I would love to invite the ISC team to come up, and while they do, please just remember to, they're not coming? They're not coming? Come on, ISC team.
Please
join us.
I think there's
grace us with your presence. And as
I think we go, right?
Yeah, go. But Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bree and Priscila. I think I am allowed to say that on behalf of the whole team beside us, we are really thankful to have you here on stage. Besides all the fantastic topic leaders and speakers we had in the last 2 days, it has been wonderful to have two young ladies as you are, guiding us through the program in this professional way you did that. Thank you very much. This deserves a very warm applause as well. And they've even set a pretty high standard, didn't they? That doesn't make it any easier for us now. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "The only thing you need to fear is fear itself." So he probably had to do some closing speeches at the Gallen Symposium too. If someone had told us 1 year ago that we would be standing here in front of hundreds of people holding the closing speech, we would have certainly just laughed at him. If someone would have told us that we would spend more time checking you out on LinkedIn rather than your best friends on Facebook, we would have certainly just didn't believe it. And if he then said that we would spend more time counting ice cubes so we didn't have too many like last year, instead of throwing them around at crazy home parties, we would have flipped the bird at him.
But tonight, we're standing here in front of you. And I can for sure tell you that an ice cube weighs on average 25 grams. And in order to provide you with refreshments, we had to face the challenge from keeping 25,000 ice cubes from melting. And we truly hope you appreciated that.
Thank you for this very important side information.
You shouldn't underestimate logistics at the symposium.
Well, but before we go on enjoying those famous ice cubes, we would like to say how proud we are to stand here in front of you. It is really, really amazing to see hundreds of people coming together to discuss important things that really matter to us, the young generation. If we had to name one of the takeaways from this year organizing this event, it would be probably the need of not just talking about current issues, but moreover, to challenge them in order to find ways to solve them in the near future. And this is exactly what all of us have done the last 3 days, and we really want to thank you for that. We couldn't have achieved all what we did the last 3 days without you. It's all thanks to your support and your contribution to our initiative. And we would really like to thank you for that. You did not only participate at this year's symposium, but you've all accompanied us all along the way, giving us strength and also giving us strength and confidence to stay here. You're no longer the mysterious people from LinkedIn. You're now friends and part of the Gallen Symposium family. And we want to thank you for that.
Well, maybe we'll start checking you out on Facebook now. Growth, the good, the bad, and the ugly, has not only accompanied us as this year's topic, it also kind of reflects our own growth and our personal development. We started as a group of 34 students who didn't really know each other, who came from different cities, and who had different backgrounds. But during these past few months, we grew to become a strong and healthy team. One team with one goal: to make the symposium just perfect for you. And we're not ashamed to say we're proud. It's fascinating for us to see how powerful a team of 34 students can be, and what it can achieve. As you can imagine, we've had the good, the bad, but also the ugly moments. One of them was to find the real balance between the symposium and our friends and family. Now, we all know that work-life balance is challenging nowadays in the business world. And we have to say, we struggled. So tonight, we would like to especially thank our loved ones who supported us all along the way and who were there whenever we needed them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. But standing here tonight, it's only now that we realize that the hardest part about this symposium is standing here in front of you. Not because we are afraid or tired, but because now we know that the symposium is over. And it makes us very sad. We've had 3 really amazing and interesting days with you. And this is why we would like to thank you for participating and coming here to debate with us. We really hope you enjoyed this year's edition and would be delighted to see you all next year. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. And now, as ironic as it may seem, we would like you to join us for more drinks and ice cubes at our summer Taste of Summer party. We would like you to join us now for some more drinks and ice cubes at our Taste of Summer party. Let's take these 2 past days of pouring rain as an opportunity to get a glance of what summer could be at the in St. Gallen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.